Hi, and welcome to the Femme Fiasco podcast, or welcome back. I'm Venice.
And I'm Autumn.
And the energy is high tonight, boys.
Oh yeah, boys. We're good. Yeah. We're ready. We're hyped.
We're low-key hyped up. It's gonna be a good one, you guys.
I'm excited to get into our topics. I think they're gonna be fucking awesome. Here, ignore me messing with that. There we go.
Oh, you're good. I'm always messing around with the mic at the beginning. I'm like, let me tweak it.
I think it's gonna be fucking awesome, though. What we're about to get into today, boys.
We're getting into it.
The energy's just high. I don't know. We're good. We're doing really good.
Yeah, we are definitely
just a little tipsy.
But like
tipsy.
But like nothing too crazy. Just having a good time.
Not like a pilot tipsy. That was
the
like
pilot was. We were just drunk on the pilot.
No, the pilot at that point, I was like probably like 2 shots out from being just blackout. I was like, let's keep taking shots.
If I would have had another shot or two, I would have blacked out. Absolutely.
Here's the tea: is that I don't think the audience knows this, but when we filmed the pilot, again, it was the pilot. Like, it was our first time doing everything and anything. We kind of have a system now. Like, shit's kind of set now. But our pilot, it was our first time doing anything, so we were a little bit nervy.
It was a shit show. We were trying to get my like big Canon camera to film, and we would get 20 minutes in and it would cut off. Because, I mean, this camera is like from like 2016.
I know, I was gonna say, this was like the Canon Lolly era where this Canon was huge.
And I don't know why it would keep like timing out, but Queen kept timing out.
Yeah,
and we had
every 20 minutes, and then we
would stop and be like, let's just drink. Let's take a shot. The camera turned off.
At first, we took a couple shots and we're like, okay, like, let's get into it. We do the whole intro. We do the whole thing. We're like in the middle of a conversation, and then we hear the fucking beep of the camera, and we're like,
it turned off, didn't it?
We're like, God fucking damn it. So we stop. We pick up from where we left off. It films for like 15 minutes. Stops. Films for like 5. Yeah. Stops. Films for 2. Stops. Films for 1. Stops. Films for 30.
Seconds, by the way. 30 seconds.
30 seconds. And keep in mind, in between all of these missed shoots, we were taking shots. Yep. So then once it was at the 30, and not just a shot per shoot. Shots.
Yeah, shots.
Multiple.
And mind you, too, we had tried to use the camera twice. So it was 2 different 30-minute segments. So it ended up being an hour of us drinking and talking and just back-to-back shots.
And then we had to get rid of all of it.
Yep.
All of it went down the fucking shitter.
Scrapped it.
So at that point, we just decided to film with something else. And that's what we've been filming with now. And it's been pretty fucking chill. Yeah. She's been giving us no really trouble, really.
Yeah, we literally film on a fucking iPhone. So if you want to start a podcast, bitch, you have no goddamn excuse. Film on a fucking iPhone. I don't know what else to tell you, babe. Go after your shit. It's 2024.
In 2024, do your thing.
Real.
But yeah, the pilot was like kind of insane. So by the time we had set up the phone and everything, we were drunk. Girl, I can't even tell you because again, we worked together. If you've like watched any of our other episodes,
you should.
So I had in an AirPod. You should. I had in an AirPod at work, and Venny had in an AirPod at work, and we were listening to our pilot.
No.
And I'm telling you, it was like probably an hour and 30 of straight conversation, and we had to cut out
we cut it to 45 minutes.
Yeah, we had to cut out like 35, like 40 minutes because I said a lot of bad things. Not bad in the way you think, but bad in like a different way that could get me like literally sued.
Yeah. Well, we literally, and we went
and I was like,
deep.
Sue me. Oh my God, we went way too deep. And like,
we were talking about straight up like SA and like R-word stuff.
Insane
and,
shit.
Like
insane
industry.
Shit. And this was like our 15th take.
So we were just like,
we were done. Because our first 2 takes were like pretty good. I was like, okay, like, we're a little nervous, but like we kind of get into it. But by that point, we were gonzo. We were gonzo beans, garbanzo beans. We were fucked up.
Yeah.
So don't watch the pilot. Watch any other episode.
Yeah. And like, and then the thing is,
all the lore, you'll never know.
Yeah, and the best fucking bit, the ranch bit, guess what happens? My microphone goes out.
I cannot believe that the ranch bit cut out.
So the only part of that fucking episode that was comedy gets fucking cut out because you can't hear me talking. Oh my. And then the rest of it was just James Charles and then everybody else being a fucking asshole in the industry, and that was not a good start. And we got into stuff like that we clipped that was like our own experiences on some shit, and it was like, nope, not for episode 1,
so
baby.
That actually did get trashed. Yeah, that'll be like episode like 250.
Yeah.
Once I'm like chilling in my like fucking nice ass house, everything I have is paid off, I'm just gonna be like, okay, now I can get into what the fuck has happened. But I was like, I don't know, we were both bringing up some crazy shit.
Y'all don't get my essay stories for free.
No.
Shit was traumatizing, babe. I live with it every day.
Yeah, so. And not for a first episode. That's crazy. And for, oh my god, and to think, because, like, we, like, promote, like, our podcast and stuff like that. Like, if you don't follow us on Instagram, you should. Because, like, we post all of, like, our updates about our podcast and whatnot. So, whenever we were promoting our pilot, I was like, thank God we cut out a lot of that shit. Because I would have been mortified.
I had to clip it.
Mortified to have these people listening to that. So
unfortunately, there was too much of a drop there.
Too much of a lore drop. That'll come another day whenever I'm actually getting paid to fucking drop lore. Sorry. Once I'm getting paid to drop lore, sure, but
and we will. It's happening 2024.
Yeah, we will. 2024 is happening. We're blowing up.
I don't know if you guys knew this, but we already have been invited to Seth MacFarlane's Christmas party for 2024. We have RSVP'd already, so just letting you guys
so
know.
Hop on the train if you don't want to be fucking late, obvi. Hop on the train and get with the fucking times. Yep. Join Femme, Fiasco, you're gonna have a great time.
Duh.
And speaking about having a great time, let's hop into our first topic, which it's gonna have you girls gagged.
It's a good story, babes. Buckle up. If you want to grab a drink, maybe some popcorn, maybe
get a snack, settle in. You're gonna be gagged.
Chips and salsa, artichoke dip, guac, whatever you're feeling.
Prepare for the gag.
You're gonna need it.
So, this was back during, again, kind of the COVID times. If you'll recall our last episode, you should really go watch it. It's called Autumn Got Caught Slippin'. You should go watch it. It'll most likely be linked below, so...
I'll link it.
Go watch it. Give her a fucking like.
Duh.
So, if you'll recall, in one of the stories we were talking about, this is the part where I fell down in the hammocks and I was like, fell on the rocks and shit like that. This canyon is large.
Huge.
So, I had gone up to the canyons with my girls.
Have we graduated yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I was actually, funnily enough, freshly graduated.
Fresh.
Like, probably like 2 or 3 days after I'd graduated.
Days? I thought you were going to say weeks.
Nope. Days, love bug, because I bought myself the Doc Martin Jadens for a graduation present for myself.
Okay.
Because I was like, I fucking did it. Duh. Like, I'm literally still alive. Hello. Got a degree. Hello.
No.
It's a high school degree. Relax. Everybody relax. So, I had gone up, with my ex-friends at the time. Yeah, this was the Team Rocket. It's crazy. This story low-key goes crazy. So, we are like, fuck it. Like, let's have a time. Let's have a tiff. Let's go up. Let's send it. So, I'm like, at that point, I had just barely allegedly learned how to roll blunts. And I was like...
And I had allegedly given you my old grinder.
Because this... Oh... You did give me your old grinder, but I didn't use that one for this experience because my grinder did get taken away. I still have your old grinder, though. It's in my Doc Martin box. The box that holds the...
Will you send me a picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's cute. She's doing good. She's doing good.
Okay, Slay.
I use her for boom activity and boom activity only.
If you get it, you get it. We're not explaining any further.
I'm not explaining any further. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, sorry, girls.
That's what we used it for. Anyway.
So...
Continue.
I had gone up the canyons, like, with my besties at the time, Team Rocket, if you'll recall our haters video.
Our first haters episode.
Yeah, our first haters episode. We were talking about Team Rocket. Yep, the both of them.
Both of them.
So, I had put on my fucking docs. I was like, oh, I'm stunting, bitch. Like, we're about to go in this canyon. And I had just learned how to roll a blunt, allegedly. So I had stopped off at the smoke shop that sells to children that I had told you about again. So many having to go back.
How are you going to make money if you don't sell to underage kids?
True. So
that was clearly a fucking joke.
That's a joke. Don't buy underage.
Yeah.
So I bought the wraps and I get in my homegirl's car. I roll the shit up and we go and pick up our other homeboy. And we're going up the mountain. We're doing our thing. We're shooting the shit, you know. And we get to the canyon. And there's like, you can like kind of park on the side of the road at the canyons. This is like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know if it's a Utah thing, but it's what like a lot of people in Utah did.
There's no like real parking though when you go up to the canyon. You just pull off to the side.
Sometimes there's parking, but there was parking.
It's like certain spots. Like,
yeah,
it's like,
and
oh,
it's like
spot, yeah.
a little bit of a dugout. I don't know if that makes sense. So I think actually there was a dugout in this one spot, and it was like an actual trailhead, like where you could go in. And so we park the car and the girls are getting out. I'm putting on my backpack. We have our hammocks. Again, Utah thing. Have to have your hammocks if you're going in the mountains. And we're starting to trek. This is my first day wearing Docs, mind you. Like my very first pair of Docs.
So your feet hurting.
So I should not have worn them on the mountain. No. You gotta break these bitches in. I wear them now, they're fine. My very first day wearing them fucked me up.
As they
FMU fucked me up, girl. So we're going down, and me and Team Rocket had been in this place before. Like, we had allegedly smoked in this place before, and it was fine. It's like by this little creek.
A lot of people have, though. A lot of people, allegedly, including myself, have gone up to the canyon for the sole purpose of, like, smoking in nature because it's like, fun. I don't know, I'm a fucking goddamn human. I want to get back to my roots of nature. Like, inclusively. I don't know what else to tell you. Like,
real.
Like, it's a very common thing, if you were wondering. Anyway.
It's a very common Utah pot smoker, Harry Pot smoker thing.
Pot smoker.
So we had gone up to the spot that we had been at before, and it's down in the canyon, and you, like, do a whole little walk, and we get there. Okay, so we're at the spot by the creek. It's, like, away from the trail and everything. And when I smoke weed in public, allegedly, I kind of like to try and be respectful. I'm like, I'm not trying to impede on the actual trail where, like, somebody's trying to walk with their fucking kid.
It's like, oh, they're biking and they have a dog. Like,
it's like, that's not my concern. Like, I'm gonna be off to the side, doing my thing. I hope we can all respect each other's boundaries and, like, leave each other alone.
Right.
So we'd set up our hammocks. The girls set up our hammocks. We're doing our thing. And I had then taken the alleged blunt out of the package that I had put it back in the package, and then I put it in my square backpack, my vajachin, or whatever the fuck you call it. The vajachin. They're great.
They're great.
So I had put it in my backpack, and I had taken it back out, did the whole thing, set up my hammock, sit down, light it up, and me and the girls are having a time.
It's just like pure bliss. Peace.
Pure bliss. Like, we're chilling. We have
Vibes.
a little speaker with us, so we're, like, playing a little bit of Rico Nasty. Like,
oh my god, that was when you guys were so into Rico.
I'm still into Rico, but that was, like, my heavy, heavy Rico Nasty phase. I still love you, Rico. I swear to God, you're my fucking icon. But this is when I was, like, heavy into Rico, and I would only play Rico.
I know, we'd be in my car, and you'd be like, yo, can I play a song?
I was like, can I borrow your phone?
It's just every song.
Rico. Different. I love her. She's my queen. She's my queen. I love you, queen. So we were just listening to the songs, listening to the creek, vibing out, passing the blunt all over the place, chilling.
Maybe.
I don't know. And she's done. We finished her. She's roaching. She's smoked them hoes down to their stingers. Hoe was stinging. So I was
ma'am.
Oh, thank God. Like, now we can just kind of chill. Like, it's been great. Like, this blunt was great. She was a Russian cream.
You can hear the water in the creek. It's like a vibe.
Diamonds on these things. Fuck. The Russian cream song by Key Glock. If you know, you know. Our queen Ivy showed me that song, and I play it all the time. Played it for Wyatt.
Ivy showed me so many songs. Love her.
Step up on the scene, diamond bling, these hoes scream. Check out boy Louis V. I'm so fresh and so clean.
Anyways.
So that's Russian cream. That's a little spot. So smoked a Russian cream ob. and down to the stinger, put her out. And I'm kind of just chilling in my hammock for a minute. Same with Team Rocket. I think they're in a hammock together and I like have my own. Because it was a trio. Trios are kind of toxic. Loke.
If you can do it, you can do it. If you can't, you can't. And it's like a very much
it
like
has
40 to 60%.
Yeah, it has to be a very specific like friend of three. Like
all three of you have to be very fucking secure with yourselves, or at least have the ability to not project your insecurities onto other people.
And see, that's why I had an amazing time getting dinner with you and Naya. I was like, wow, literally.
I was like, wait, why are we like an iconic trio?
An iconic trio. I was like, wow, literally nobody's fucking shitting on me. I don't have to shit on them. Like, I'm so proud of Naya for doing her thing, and she's proud of me for doing my thing. Like,
we're all just like crying over each other's accomplishments.
I'm like, wow, it feels great to have somebody who, besides Venice, like, will be like, give a fuck. Because it is what, and like, when you reach out to your bestie all the time, the girls who get it, but it's like, you validate me, yes, but it's also like, when I'm reaching out to you all the time, it feels like, are we both delusional?
Yeah.
Like, are we both crazy? Like, have we fed into... And then when it's like, we're talking to Naya, it's like, no, we're not fucking delusional. Like, this shit was weird. Yeah. Thank God we're not both like, okay, we're delusional. Like, let's check us into the asylum.
The third party definitely is like, oh, okay, that's our verification.
Yeah, it's definitely like the verification.
Yeah.
So it's good to have another person there. But that's the point. Irrelevant.
So now back to the toxic trio.
This is how you don't do a trio. I'll actually, like, one of these days, maybe I might, like, play you, allegedly, the messages they sent me, like, the voice chats.
We can definitely put those voices into an editor and make it not sound like their voice, so it's, like, unrecognizable.
So,
you know what I mean?
Stay tuned. You guys, like, might be getting, like, yeah, these hoes, when they
You're gonna want the tea. Trust me.
These hoes, these same people who I'm about to tell you the tea with, they friend broke up with me and over Snapchat, and they had like hella voice messages, and I could play them for you if you guys like really want the tea.
So funny, y'all are gonna be gagged.
They're crazy. It's gagful. So I had like, we're all laying and chilling in our hammocks, just put out the roach, and I remember the last person who had it was, they were the last person who had it. So they put it out. And we lay back for a second, and then all we hear is, okay, like, give me the roach, like, everybody out of the hammocks, I'm gonna need to see some ID. And I was like, God. I sit up for a second, because I'm, again, in a hammock by myself, so I sit up, and I look over, and I see these two fucking Mounties. Not people who they look like fucking dads. Like, two dads who went on a trail together. Like some Brokeback Mountain type of shit. Like, just two dudes on a trail.
Just like some random hiking gear, like some
Yeah. They, like, had, like, the camel backpack, which, like, has the water hook up in the back. Like, these, like... Yeah, these, like, looked like some hikers, babe. And I, like, looked over at these fuckers. And Team Rocket, like, they sat up, and they had looked over at these fuckers, too. And then I had, like, kind of settled back down. I was like, okay, I'm not about to give this, like, random hiker my ID, my name, where I live, like, my social.
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, I was like, who the fuck is this dude? So we kind of all start chilling again, and then he tells us again, he's like, nope, like, come on, you guys, like, everybody up. Like, I'm gonna need to see some ID. And again, I thought these were fucking fake. Were fake.
It seems like dudes just, like, trolling on you.
I thought these dudes were literally trolling on me, or just, like, two, like, because we live in Utah, I was like, oh, these are just two, like, Mormon asshole, like, dads, like, trying to, oh, like, I'm gonna call the police on you, and they're gonna fucking trek up here 45 minutes and come arrest. I'm like, girl, leave me alone.
Yeah.
I had only ever seen these in, like, movies and skits and shit like that.
Yeah.
These fuckers had a flip badge. So they flip, they take it out of their pocket, it's like a wallet, they flip out their fucking police badges, and then I realize, oh, these are real police officers. At first, I thought they were cloning. I thought they were trolling. I was like, funny joke, haha. Funny, didn't laugh. Not funny,
Why didn't they
laugh.
pull out their badge earlier? That's what I've never fucking understood about the story since you told it to me the fucking day it happened. Why did they fuck with you guys so long until they were like, oh, we're actually cops? Like, do that fucking first. You stupid fucking imbecile fucking moron.
So anywho,
we're back.
We're back. Sorry. Quick intermission. So, they had these police badge, like the flip fox, almost like it was giving like 2000s, like you're Regina George and you just ended the phone conversation. A flip.
So funny. So fucking funny.
Full flip. So they flip it out and they flip it back in, which again, like you said, it's like, why wouldn't they, first of all, show us this whenever they first pulled up and were like asking to see like my ID? It's like, I'm not showing a fucking stranger my literal government name.
No.
My literal address. No thanks.
No.
Like,
why would you?
My sex, my age, my weight. Like,
no.
You don't need to know literally any of that. So they had like done that and then they had flashed their badge for a second. So again, I'm like, who is this stolen valor ass bitch? It's giving stolen valor. It's giving, you got this off of somebody else.
Yeah.
And you're trying to pin it on me. So they do the flippy thing again. And I was like, okay, no, like, those are kind of real looking. I don't know, bro. Like, I'm just going to get out of the thing. Yeah. So I hop out. I'm like, okay, I don't want any trouble. Because also, if you'll keep in mind, this was 2020. Girl.
We know how cops were in 2020.
If you know any of the tea from 2020 and, like, I was like, listen, I'm just not trying to die in a fucking canyon.
Yeah.
With peace and love.
You never fucking know.
You never know, and I'm just trying to, like, keep myself safe. So I was like, I'm just gonna get up and, like, do the damn thing.
Yeah.
And that's also why I was sussed out. Because you're not in uniform. You don't have, like, a fucking body cam. Like, you don't look like a fucking officer, bitch. Like, you look like a dude.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell a dude who the fuck I am.
And it's like, flash the fucking ID earlier. I don't know.
Yeah. So, I get up out of my hammock, and then one of Team Rocket's members gets out of theirs, because they're low-key, like, kind of on the same page I am. The other member of Team Rocket is, like, trying to fight it from jump.
You're gonna have to tell me which one was trying to fight it.
And I'm like, I'll just say it right now.
I knew it!
It's always the fuckers like that who are like, no, I'm above it. It's like, babe, when we're caught like this, like, we're caught. Yeah. We're done.
It's like babe, hands up.
We're done. Like,
wave the white flag.
I'm just gonna try and be as respectful as possible. Like, as far as I'm concerned, like, these fuckers could have a gun. Like, I'm not, and this is, I'm not saying anything, but I am saying I'm just trying to keep myself safe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to fucking die in a canyon. Sue me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's only fair. I feel like if I was in your position too, I would have been like, oh, I'm just gonna comply because I don't know what the fuck else.
You have to keep in mind, like, we were off the trail. Yeah. Like, a good while off the trail. Like, a couple minutes walk off the trail. So it's like, somebody could allegedly, like, kill me here and I would never be fucking found. Like, my mom would never know where the fuck I was.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm already caught. Like, I'm just trying to get home to my mom.
Yeah.
That's it.
At this point, yeah.
That's it. I'm not trying to start any beef with y'all. Yep. Like, I'm not trying to but the other member in Team Rocket was, like, still sitting in the hammock for a second. And then they had gotten up all slow and were, like, had, like, crossed their arms and was, like, automatically giving sass. Meanwhile, me and the other member of Team Rocket, we were, like, pulling out, like, our fucking IDs and shit. And we're like, okay, like, this is who I am. Like, this is where I live. Da-da-da-da-da. And they look at my ID, and they hand me, like, all my shit back after a second. They go and take the first member of Team Rocket's ID. And then I, like, sit on the fucking, like, dirt. So they're checking the first member of Team Rocket's ID, and the second member takes it upon themselves to just start talking.
Oh, no. See, that's... No.
I'm like, you never talk. Like, this is literally self-incrimination. Like, God, don't fucking say a thing.
Yep, just shut your
literally
mouth.
Zip it. Like, don't engage. Don't Like, once
Speak when you're spoken to.
Yeah, once you start arguing, you already lost.
Yep.
You already lost.
Yep.
So, they were just like, why do you need my ID? Like, who even are you? Like, this isn't right. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, getting very argumentative from jump. And I'm like, don't start a fucking argument. Are you serious? They could go, do. All three of us gone. Yeah. Like, shut up. Like all three of us are gone.
Yeah, like, they're cops. This isn't a high school argument, babe. Like, you're not beefing with the other friend group at the other lunch table, babe.
Nobody's winning this. They already won.
Yeah.
The second they pulled up and did the little, kind of had me gagged, they won.
Kind of ate with that one, actually.
The second they did that, they won. I was like, okay, King. Like, you ate.
Yep.
Officer, you ate.
Officer,
you ate.
Officer?
I will say.
God damn it.
So.
Fucking cop intervention.
They're just like hella argumentative the entire time. So I'm sitting on the dirt, and the first member of Team Rocket, like, sits on the dirt after all their shit's been checked, and they're getting in the third one, da-da-da-da. Then they sit down. They go over to my backpack, which, like, I kind of had just, like, sitting off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't need it. I had already done my thing.
Wait, so they just started going through it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, straight up. They straight up took my backpack off the ground. And this is my school backpack, mind you. Like, I had just finished school. Again, freshly graduated. Like, probably still had the uniform violations in that cunt.
Yeah.
Like, that bitch was my school backpack. And they take it, you're gonna be gagged. I've already told you this, but you're gonna be gagged again.
Mm-hmm.
They take it, they open it up, and if you don't know about, like, the falcons, or whatever the fuck you call them, you can, like, unzip all the way to the side, and, like, it can basically be, like, a flat pack. Like, it's just flat.
Yeah.
So, they unzip my whole entire backpack, they turn it over, and they dump it.
Oh my God.
On the canyon floor. They straight up dump it. No, and I was like,
you guys are some fucking crackheads smoking goddamn meth or something.
I was like,
fucking wild.
Okay, Kings.
Okay, respect.
I was like, yeah, fuck my shit.
Yeah.
I was like, all my other shit, fuck it. My water bottle, fuck that. I was like, oh, my glasses case with my glasses in them, fuck it. Like, all of my other, like, miscellaneous school shit, fuck it. Throw it all over the canyon.
Honestly,
fuck it.
Go ahead and toss my charger cords into the fucking dirt and get dirt all into the fucking little attachment
Yep,
part.
I was like, oh yeah, dump out the backup speaker, dump out the chargers, like, thank you dumped out my lip gloss, like, thank you, King. Thank you, King, you dumped out my lip gloss, like, I'm a fucking asshole. Thank you. I much respect.
Oh.
So they dump it out on the fucking forest floor, and I'm just sitting there, and I was just like, I just straight up went, I was like, pardon?
Excuse me?
That's still my stuff, sir.
Mm-hmm.
That's still my stuff. Like, you could have opened it and, like, you know, these bitches, like I just said, open all the way. You could have opened it all the way to each side and then just, like, flipped over the top flap. You didn't have to do...
Open it all the way, shake it out. Yeah.
I was like, oh.
No.
That was dope. I don't even want my shit. Fuck it.
Nope. Fuck that.
So what falls out is, like, my grinder, obviously, the other paper, which was no longer, like, I only wrapped the one. Mm-hmm. So there was another paper because they come in twos.
Duh.
And just, like, other weird shit, like my water bottle, my lip gloss, like my chapstick, like, and there was a can of Red Bull that fell out from my bag as well. So all that's laying on the forest floor.
Yay.
And I'm like, oh, fuck me. Like, that's all of my shit I could ever have. Like, that's all I have to my name. Like, my wallet's on the ground. My fucking, all my shits. They know who I am. So they won. At that point, they won. They had done something else, and the other person was arguing with them still at this time. They were not letting up. But then the first member of Team Rocket was talking, and they wanted the stinger that we had smoked. And once they had first pulled up, the first member dropped on the ground.
Yep.
So it's gone.
Yep.
So they're over there, like, picking through these rocks and dirt, like, looking for this stinger for I'm like, aren't people literally dying? People are literally dying.
Nope.
People are dying.
No, they're not, dude.
Okay.
You're our priority, baby.
I'm like, there's
Yes,
so much more worse things
Isn't-
happening in Utah. Like, isn't Utah, like, the word, like, number one for, like, pill popping use and
Nope.
shit like that?
You made that up. Yeah, it is.
It is. Look it up. So it's like...
And suicide.
It's like, am I really the one you want to be, like, on the dick about? Like,
Yeah.
I just graduated. I told you guys, like, I just graduated, like, from this, like, Catholic private high school. Like, I'm not a bad kid. I just told you this is my first time getting in trouble. No warning.
Mm-hmm. Which is fucked up. You know they were definitely just being fucking assholes to not give you a warning.
They were being exceptionally assholes, because why are you in hiker's clothing?
Yeah.
Who are you? I'm not believing you're a fucking officer, dude.
They wanted to dress up for the bit. Like how we're gonna do an episode in fucking costumes. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Costume bit coming soon. So, I was just sitting on the ground of the canyon. I had dirt all over my fucking pants. And I was just looking over at my shit on the ground. And I was like, everything I own, like my jacket, because I had a jacket in that bitch too, dirty. Everything has dirt all over it, leaves all over it, fucking dirty. I was like, this is sick. This is a dope way to spend my, like, third day out of high school.
Yep.
So they had turned to me, and by this point they had already gotten everybody's ages, and these two people at this time were still in high school, and they were 17. And I was 18, and I had just graduated. So one of the officers had come up to me, and the other one was, like, kind of, like, ruffling through my shit, just, like, making sure I didn't have anything, like, taking all of my alleged paraphernalia and, like, bagging it up. So he's like, do you have anything else on you? Da-da-da-da-da. I was like,
no.
So if you remembered... Whenever I said they were jumping out my bag and a can of Red Bull fell out, it was indeed not a can of Red Bull.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That's why I laughed when you said, yep.
Little backtrack. It's one of those fake cans.
That you get from the smoke shops. You got it fucking...
I didn't get it there.
Get it there.
I never got it. This, in fact, was allegedly my brother's.
I thought you were going to say a gift, but... Okay.
No, that would have been dope if it was a gift. But...
You quick boot gang?
They had dumped everything out on the ground. And it's, like, kind of heavy like a Red Bull, too.
You think they would have shaken it to see if it was actually liquid?
I'm so glad they didn't. Dude,
God bless their fucking dumb.
Dude, I was shitting. So, if you'll remember, I was looking over, peering just at my shit the entire time. Like, eyes glued on the Red Bull can. And one of the officers had come up to me. And they're like, do you have anything else on you? Do you have any other weed, any other thing, like, any other paraphernalia? I was like, no, all I have is my vape. And I, like, pulled out my vape. I'm like, nope. They're like, okay, well, if you do and we find anything else, like, you're getting fucking charged even more. And, like, we're gonna charge you with, like, with distribution to minors, which came with jail time if they found anything else.
Oh, my God.
So I was like...
That's crazy.
Is it? Nope.
Nope.
It was her. Not me. Not I, said the cow.
No.
So after all that shit's over, I am peering at this fucking Red Bull can. And there's probably... Because I had picked up that day. It was a good day. Everything was going good up until this happened. I had picked up that day. I had another, like, 4 grams in that bitch. I was like, no. No.
That's so funny. That could have went in the evidence locker.
It sure almost did. So I pack up all my shit, because they also didn't even pack up all my shit. They left all my shit in, like, the dirt and the leaves, and, like, were just super rude with all of my shit I've ever had. Dumped it out on the fucking forest floor, and then we're just, like, left it there.
Just left it with the worms.
So I had to pack up all of my shit, and Team Rocket knew that the Red Bull can wasn't real. So when I was putting it all away, I, like, was like, looked up and gave them a quick side eye, and they were, like, staring straight up and giving me the side eye, like, put it the fuck back. So I pack everything back up. They make us take down our hammocks. Mind you, we've been at this bitch for, like, 15 minutes. When I say we set up our hammocks and we smoked, that is all we did. We set up the hammocks, which takes, like, 2 minutes, and we smoked, which took, like, 13. So literally 15 minutes we were there. Immediately get caught. Immediately had to pack up all of our shit. going back up the fucking mountain. We go up the mountain, and there are 2 police, like, SUVs parked up there, and oh, they are real. Like, I thought this was a bit up until now. I thought I thought this was stolen valor. No, I was sadly mistaken. Luckily, I was 18, so I didn't have to do this, but my 2 younger friends, who were 17, had to call their fucking parents.
Yep.
And have them come pick them up from the canyon. And this was in the summertime, in the middle of the day. Like, the parents are at work. Like, they do not want to be rang up.
Yeah.
About this kind of shit. So, my, like, fucking whoever the fuck's person, like...
Go ahead and write that down.
Yep, sorry, folks. Okay. So, their, like, stepdad pulls up and takes me and them along with them and drops us off back at their house, and then we take their car and we go back to the vape shop that sells to teenagers, and I bought a new grinder that day because they had taken away my grinder. They had found, like, I don't even think it was the butt of the blunt. I think it was a leaf. Like, literal...
that uneducated.
Literal garbage. And, like, something else. Oh, I think the package. Like, the empty... Like, the one other leaf... one other blunt wrap in there. And they had put it in, like, a Ziploc baggie and had it sitting on their hood of their car. I was like, fuck you guys. Like, you took my grinder. You took all my shit. Fuck you guys. So I go back down the fucking canyon, hop in Bestie's car once we get there, and we go to the fucking smoke shop, and we pick up a new grinder. And I smoked the rest of that fucking bud, and it was great. Unfortunately, my other friend who did get caught and had to call their parents, they were banned from us. That didn't stop. The hangout didn't stop.
Their parents were low-key crazy.
Yeah,
like,
that's... And see,
extensively crazy.
That's why I have a softer spot in my heart for specifically that member of Team Rocket. The other member of Team Rocket was a literal nightmare, a literal monster.
And they did all the speaking too. It was like the other member literally sat quiet, and the other member was like, "Oh, me and this person feel this way," which is kind of weird. Like, maybe don't speak on other people's behalf. I don't know.
Yeah, so I wasn't giving. Long story short, TLDR. Don't fucking do that. Don't get caught in the canyons. I don't know. Everything turned out fine for me, at least. I was just on 6 months probation and had to pay a fine.
Which is, like, horrible.
No, but my mom ended up finding out, and she was, like, kind of fucking pissed at me. I was like, I'm sorry, Mom. I love you, Mommy. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. It's in the past now, but it was mad irritating, and I was, like, shitting my fucking pants. I had to do the whole court thing. It sucked.
Here's the thing. Those type of cops must have been, like, the very, like, power-surging, like, controlling cops. Because a lot of cops, especially if they catch kids, like, smoking or whatever, it'll be a warning. Because it's like, you're smoking weed, for fuck's sake. If you had a crack pipe and you're literally fucking lighting up crack, that's
Girl, they were bored. And that's then, here's the gag. We were up there waiting for... their dad to show up eventually, and they had, like, they were talking to us, and they were like, oh yeah, you shouldn't be smoking, like, smoking's not good for you, like, giving us the whole spiel. I was like, okay, heard it all before, don't care.
Yeah.
Who are you? Like, don't know, don't care. And they had said one of their wives, first of all, the one who was, like, low-key hitting on me was like, yeah, I'm the attractive cop, like, that's me, like, I signed your citation right down there, that's me, the attractive one. I was like, thanks for letting me know, dog.
Ew, that, like, immediately makes my face just go into pure disgust.
No, it was disgust because it's like, girl, you caught us in the canyon, like, away from all other civilization. Like, Lord knows whatever the fuck else could have happened. Whatever.
That's weird. That feels like a kink for them almost to be, like, the hot cop, like, being controlling. I don't like that. I don't like that.
No, and he was, like, a major dick. He was the one who dumped out my bag and was like, there were 2. One of the officers was, like, an older man, and he was, like, kind of chill. He was kind of nice.
More just, like, going with the flow.
More just going with the flow. And the other one was defo on a power trip and was like, yeah, I'm the hot cop. I was like, don't care, bud.
That's so disgusting.
Yeah, it was very odd. But then at the end of the day, like, the older one didn't stop any of that shit either and wasn't like, dude, let's just give him a warning. Like, let's go on with our day. Didn't care. Yeah. He still complied.
Yeah.
So he's just as
So they're both just gross, yeah.
He's just as to blame. But they were, like, talking up there for a second, and the one cop who was talking about, like, oh yeah, I'm the hot one, like, this is my number right here. He was like, well, my wife had smoked cannabis before, but she doesn't like the way it makes her feel. So I was like...
So your one wife's experience is the only fucking experience ever.
You guys shouldn't be smoking weed. It doesn't make you feel good. Well, my wife smoked weed before. I was like, did you arrest your wife? I was like, how long have you guys been married? Her? I was like, how long have you guys been together? So you were an officer of the law. So you want to get on my 18-year-old ass and these two 17-year-olds' ass for smoking, but not your wife.
Yeah.
Your wife, I'm sure your wife would love to know that you go by the hot cop. I'm sure she'd love to know that you are known as the hot cop.
I would be so sad to know if my husband was, like, out there being like, I'm the hot cop. Look at me. Babe, divorce. I'm throwing up.
I don't know if you've ever gotten... Have you ever gotten a citation?
No, I think
So when you get a citation, you also get, like, at least in my experience, you get the two officers, like, numbers who cited you and shit like that. So I got the older man's number and his number. And that's why he was like, yeah, mine's under this dude's number. Like, this is my name. Like, that's my number.
That's so gross.
That is probably, like, his, like, police phone or, like, his whatever the fuck. But it's still like, girl...
Gross.
What? Hey, can you get me out of this ticket? I'm sorry. Like, is that what you want from me? I'm fucking 18.
Yeah. No, that's fucking ew. I don't like men that are
He was like mid-30s. No, very nasty. He was a nasty old fuck.
It's like, babe, what do you think this is, Family Feud back in the day where you can just fucking, like,
kiss everybody
and be like, huh, yeah,
you kiss everybody on the lips?
Yeah.
Dog, that's crazy. This is not Family Feud.
Gross, babe. So, I'm gonna need you to take that energy all the way back to the fucking church because you can put that there, not here, babe.
It was not giving. I was so over it. No. But that's my story of how I got caught in the fucking mountains. So, if you ever allegedly smoke on private property.
Private. I've said this before.
Always
I'll say it again.
Private property.
Private property, baby. If you are anything that is fucking state owned, your ass is grass, babe.
Your ass is grass, and they're gonna mow it. And they mowed my fucking ass. My ass was grass, and they mowed it.
Yep.
It is what it is. I had to pay like a $300 fine.
Fuck! It was that
Dude, it was mad expensive. It was mad expensive for smoking weed in the canyon, and I was on probation for like 6 months.
Which is also wild because I could see if it was like, oh, you're in a park and there's kids going down slides 10 feet away from you. But you're in the canyon, like, fully secluded.
And, like, if you'll remember from the beginning of the episode, I tried to be, like, aware of my surroundings. I'm not trying to be rude. I wasn't trying to impede on the original trail. We had gone off the trail, like, mad off the trail, to this little creek on the side.
Yeah. So it's like...
I was
you
trying.
You guys went out of your way to look
I was trying,
shit.
And they were certainly out of their way coming for me.
Which is...
They came for my neck.
Yeah. I wonder if the only reason there wasn't a warning was because the other two people were under the age of 18. But either way, I don't know.
But they had even asked, they were like, is this your first time getting in trouble? Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Like, the older one had asked, and I was like, yeah, dude, like, this is my first time, like, actually getting in trouble like this. Like, I'm kind of fucking scared. He's like, it's okay. Like, it's gonna be okay. It's not gonna be that bad. And then the other homeboy who was having the power trip was like, yes, that's gonna be probation. I'm gonna have you citation. It's gonna be on your record for 6 months, and then it'll get dropped. I was like, fuck you.
So I wonder if the old cop was being more like, whatever.
He was chilling.
Yeah.
He was chill.
I wonder if he was letting, like, the younger cop take the reins because it was like, fuck, I gotta work with this douchebag all fucking day long. Like, I don't want to hear it, so I'm just gonna let him, like, take the reins on what we should and shouldn't do, which is also fucking annoying. But...
Lord knows, but it had me mad pissed. Because the other one was, like, trying to be a good guy, but also at the end of the day, it's like, you've got to have a backbone, brother.
Yeah.
You've got to have a backbone. If you're telling me it's not going to be that bad, like, I might just get a warning, and then I look over your shoulder and your homeboy's dumping out my fucking backpack.
Yeah, don't tell me it might be a warning.
It's not going to be a fucking warning. Like, you guys are trying to find literally anything and everything you can to get me in trouble. Like, at this point, it's no longer a warning.
Because you tried to literally dump out the bag.
Yeah, your crony just dumped all my shit on the floor and told me to pack all my shit up and go up the fucking mountain. Which is like a 30-minute hike.
Yeah, and I'm sure he was probably ugly as fuck.
And they followed us back up the mountain.
And he has the audacity to be like, I'm the hot cop. No, babe, you probably have a fucking receding hairline, so shut the fuck up.
Sure did. No, he was not
Sure
giving.
did.
I was so annoyed.
Fuck that. I hate men like that.
I really wish the older one would have, like, done something about the young one. It's like, girl, put a leash on your bitch.
Yeah.
Put a leash on your bitch.
Yeah. Well,
He's going off. Put a leash on him.
I think a warning would have been chill, because here's the thing, you guys...
I wouldn't have done it again.
Yeah, it's not like you guys were being like, oh, we're gonna smoke and then go drive high. It was like, the plan was to hammock and fuck around for hours until it wears off.
We just wanted to chill. That is strictly it. We had everything set up to chill.
You probably would have ended up falling asleep in the hammock, waking up a few hours later, completely sober, because I know for a fact you guys were the type of smokers where, like, your tolerance is allegedly super high, so...
Yeah. It was higher than others.
It's not like... For those
wasn't
of you that
like,
don't smoke, it's like, if you have a high tolerance, it's... You maybe feel it in your eyes a little bit. Like, it's not like, oh my god, I'm fucking drunk,
it was not my first time, like, doing this kind of shit. So that's why... And we had also smoked in this spot before. Yeah. And nobody had ever come across this spot. So that's why I was like, oh, it's kind of nice. Like, we can go over there, and I'll roll this blunt for us. Like, it'll be really nice. I'm freshly graduated. It'll be a little celebration of me and a little celebration of summer.
Yeah. And then it's just
immediately
fuck shit.
Shitted on him by Nicki Minaj. Immediately got shitted on.
Got shitted on.
I thought I was doing the shitting. Meanwhile, I got shitted on.
Yeah,
heavy
fuck
shitted
that.
on.
No.
Yeah. No. So, but also fuck the other person I was with who was like trying to egg the cops on.
Yeah,
it's like,
I bet that didn't help because it was feeding into that asshole's ego. If you guys
and
would have been way more
that.
compliant,
he
probably would have been like, oh, okay. And he probably would have
he probably would have taken a step back and been like, okay, like maybe I am being an asshole. But the other member of Team Rocket was like trying to get buck and like trying to talk back. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Yep. You were going to get us in so much more fucking trouble, which it did.
I bet you if
you just shut up. You just shut up and take it.
I bet you if it was you and the other person in Team Rocket, you guys you wouldn't have had it nearly as hard.
I'm sure we would have been able to like just get off with a warning and be like, okay, like that's enough. I'm going to take your shit from you and you're done. Yeah. Like the max they would have done was take our shit.
Yeah.
But since it was both of the members of Team Rocket and one of them's a horrible fucking person and just like a bad influence and always drags in the second member, we always all got fucked.
I know some people like that.
It was super unfortunate.
Anyways, well, thanks for tuning in to the Femme Fiasco podcast this week.
Thank you guys for listening. We love you so much. Thank you for listening to my super long story. I'm sorry. I thought it was going to be a lot shorter, but you guys also like the 45s, and this story's like has a lot of ins and outs.
There was a lot of depth to that bitch, for sure.
It's kind of a long story. It's kind of fucking irritating too. And anytime I think back to it, I just get mad, annoyed. Like now I'm fed up.
Yep.
I'm fired up.
That's how I felt when I was doing the suspended story, because, like, bitch, I'm pissed.
Yeah,
you got me caught, so fired up.
It's like, I fucked up. I get it. You could have just been like, you fucked up.
Yeah. It's like, take it. At this point, shut the fuck up and take it.
Yeah, by that, yeah. So, if you learned anything from this, don't be like the fucking other member of Team Rocket and fuck up and do shit like that. Because you'll get everybody and their mama charged.
Yeah. Once you're caught, just fucking comply, babe.
Yeah, like
We've all been there.
They had caught me.
Maybe we have.
My pants were down. Yeah. They caught me with my ass out.
White flag in the air, baby.
Yep. I gave up. So, if you're in a situation like that, just do the thing, because 9 times out of 10, they probably, especially if you were like at my point, they didn't want to charge me. Like the older dude did not want to fucking charge me.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't have the time for this. Like, brother, I thought we were going on a hike. Like, I brought my camel pack.
Yeah.
I thought we were going on a hike.
It's like, oh, I thought we were, like, getting out of the office.
Yeah, I thought we were chilling. A day out of the office, you know? But
for real.
I guess that's what they wanted to do with their day.
For real. So, anyways, like, subscribe, follow, comment, leave a review. You know the drill. 5 stars, baby. Follow us on our social medias. And if you want us to fucking talk about something you're passionate about, leave it in the anonymous subscription box. I mean, it's always linked, and it's always in the Instagram. So
yeah, we love you guys. We'll see you next week. Stay safe.
Stay safe. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, you guys. Bye.
Love you, bye.